Hey everyone, I'm Kristy Jo, and I am here to answer a few different questions about contest prep, natural bodybuilding, and the implications of such on a person. So these questions come because I had a current client who had somebody come up to her at the gym and just basically inundate her and just indoctrinate her with all of these things that quite honestly are false. False if you have the right coach, true if you have the wrong coach. So a few of these things I'd like to go over. Number one, does preparing for a bodybuilding competition guarantee that you're going to lose your period and screw your body up for having children later on in life? No, not at all. The question is, what type of diet are you on? How long are you giving yourself to prepare? If you are being wise and you've worked with your coach to understand the implications of taking your body from where it is now to being stage ready and the progression week by week by week and slowly peeling off those body fat layers, you can do so very strategically, wisely, slowly, healthily. If you're not giving yourself enough time and you're crash dieting and you're throwing yourself into all of these extreme diet manipulations, yeah, your body might be in some shock and could shut down your menstrual cycle. So it's very important to, first of all, plan enough time for your contest prep. I have had probably 20% of my competitors that I've trained over the past few years lose their menstrual cycle, 20%, and that was literally in the last month, just because at that point, if your body fat does get low enough, obviously you're preserving the bodily processes, like it just doesn't have enough energy for all of that. And, after 2 or 3 weeks of reverse dieting, everything starts kicking again. So as far as screwing things out for future childbirth or anything like that, I mean, most of my competitors have gone on either to have another child, they've been in between children, or have had their first child, or they're already done having children. So I think that that's a very false statement. I would say, have you planned enough time? What type of nutritional strategy are you on? There's a billion different nutritional strategies that can work. I'm the biggest believer in all roads lead to Rome. That means there's more than one way to skin a cat, since we're throwing cliches out there, right? So the goal being stage body. You could take a ketogenic approach. You could take a straight carbs approach and just slowly cut your carbs, 10 grams a week or something. You could take a carb cycling approach. You could take a calorie shifting approach. There's so many nutritional strategies out there. I don't believe any of them are superior to another in theory. What comes down to it is, what's the person's body preference, lifestyle preference, matching the approach to the time, to the body, to the person's psychology. There's so much more to this game than just, oh, here's your meal plan. So be sure and think about that. Plan enough time for your prep. If you are doing anything less than a 12-week prep, I hope you're keeping your body at a way optimal level, which means you're strategically eating and training all the time, which I don't know if that's great for anyone. Burnout happens very, very quickly. The next thing to talk about is, will this screw up your dating life? And this is kind of cliche, like, oh, you won't have a life, you won't have any friends. There's no way. If you're single, like, just don't even plan on having a boyfriend or girlfriend, because your life revolves around your training and your food. False. Again, it's what type of person are you? Are you on such an extreme diet that you can't function mentally? What type of coach has someone in the gym more than 2 hours a day? Like, that's another thing that this person told my client was, oh yeah, the last few weeks of prep, you're gonna be spending like 7 hours a day in the gym. Okay, if you have a crap coach, yeah. Again, how much time have you given yourself to prepare? This should be a very wise linear approach to stage body. It shouldn't be this haphazard, go all out effort, trying to get there, kill yourself in the process, damage your relationships, kill your career, ruin your psyche in the process. That's not what competing is about. Competitors are smart. They should be, and their coaches should be smart. Do your research on your coach before you just randomly hire someone, whatever. Doesn't matter what type of competitors they're hiring, like putting out on the stage. Think about everything that goes into this. How is this going to impact your relationships, your career, your psychology, your emotions? There is so much, again, to this. So I can't tell you how many people, like most of the people I've trained, are married or have a significant other. While, yeah, I mean, it does impact the person, guess what the solvent is for that is communicate, and it's kind of like called And that's something when I'm screening new clients, I say, is your significant other on board? You need their support. Because they can't sit there and sabotage you and be like, we should go out to eat. Oh, it's late and we just want to have this treat. Like, no. And what I actually find, on the other hand, is that the family ends up eating way healthier as a result of a competitor training, whether male or female. So there's a lot of positive results when somebody is training for a show. Next would be the issue of the mind. And if a person gets into competing, will they have body dysmorphia the rest of their life? Will they ever love themselves? Because all of a sudden you realize how high of a level you can push the aesthetics of your body. And then if you push, nobody maintains stage body. Nobody does. Okay. It's unhealthy. It's unrealistic. You're going to sabotage and literally sacrifice something important in your life if you wish to look like that all the time. Okay, especially if you are a drug-free athlete. Like, I only train natural bodybuilders. We don't use pro-hormones. We don't use clenbuterol, no Anavar, none of that crap that 90% of people out there are putting in their bodies and making them look absolutely incredible and skewing people's minds of what's realistic and what's not. I train natural bodies. We do this with a few key supplements, vitamins, and train. Eat right, okay? And I believe that's a beautiful thing. So as far as the body dysmorphia thing, I do think it's a very, very real thing. And it's something every competitor will go through after a show, accepting a little more fluff, as I like to call it. I don't like to call it fat. If any of you are watching this that are unfamiliar with my background, I came from an entire life of, self-loathing, binge eating disordered body dysmorphia to the max, absolutely. And through reprogramming my brain, my company, Body Buddies, the lifestyle change company, and the natural bodybuilding team, Team BodBeasts, has resulted. So I will tell you what, the psychology and the emotions of my competitors and my clients is my foremost responsibility and my concern. I would rather not put someone on a stage if I see their mind is slipping. And there's a lot of things I do to monitor that. I constantly am asking, where is your motivation? Where are your emotions at? What are you feeling about this? What's going on with those things? And I love that my clients and I can have such open communication about this. It is very important to talk to someone who knows, because I'll tell you what, if a competitor takes their competitor issues and concerns and fears and things to somebody not in that arena, they're going to be told they're crazy, they need to dial back a little bit, and they need to find balance in their life. Well, obviously, like, if you want to compete, yeah, that's not average or normal. You're going to be pushing to a new level and you need to push yourself to that expectation. However, within that, there is balance and appropriate levels of intensity. And it's very important for a coach and client to communicate about that. And that's why I just really, really want to see my competitors work closely with me. I give them options of different packages of how closely they work with me, and it's up to them and obviously their budget. But at the end of the day, like, you've got to have that feedback. You've got to have that person who knows, who you can bounce things off of, that they can say, you're not crazy. This is normal to feel this way. Here's a few tools you can use to get through it. It's your choice at the end of the day. It is your choice what avenues you walk down. If you are constantly on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest comparing your body to all the fitness models, if you are constantly looking at the bigger, better, the pros, and you're just saying, like, what's that extra edge? How can I get there? There's, again, a very fine balance between pushing yourself and having awesome goals and absolutely never being happy with where you're at. It's so important to stop and look at where you are. And I have to remind my clients of that a lot. I'm like, stop, look back at your initial photos. How far have you come? How far has your psychology come? Your love for yourself. Sometimes this isn't about the prize. And a few of my clients could tell you, I've railed on them when they told me, I have to take first. I'm like, excuse me? No, you train like you're going to take first. I don't care what the freak trophy you end up with, or whether you walk off that stage without anything. And some will counter me on that too, and that's okay. Because yeah, you compete to win. And I compete to win. When I get on stage, absolutely, hands down. However, if you focus on the trophy, in my opinion, should symbolize lots more. That is a symbol of hard work, dedication, being consistent, aware of improving your weaknesses. You can't just focus on your strengths. Obviously, you're going to maximize those because that's going to set you apart on a stage. But if you only focus on your strengths and you don't focus on bringing up your weaknesses and you only seek to hide them, you're getting yourself nowhere. I do think it's possible to remain very healthy mentally while competing. It is crucial to have a coach. It is. I've seen people be successful, and be okay, and they have good friends and stuff like that. But the fact is, I've seen even a few of my clients, they'll pay for a nutrition plan. I'm like, if I just give you this plan, like, it's almost hurting you more than helping you. And so anyway, I have a whole beef on that when people just choose to go that route, which at the end of the day, I can't control that, right? But anyway, I hope this helps you think about the fact that contest prep, while it is tough, absolutely, it requires 95 to 100% of your all-out effort, I would say. You can't do it if you're just like, oh, I want to look like that, but not compete. I've never seen anyone come through with their body. I get people telling me that all the time. Well, I want to look like those girls, but I don't want to get on a stage, which is fine. And I actually have had a male client who we scheduled him a photo shoot. He's motivated and focused up the wazoo, but he didn't need a competition for the motivation. He's just intrinsically motivated. So just be careful you don't use competition as a dangling carrot to get in shape. If you're going to compete, do it either A, because you're doing it a one and done, and it's a bucket list thing. Cool, good for you, bravo. I think that's cool. I support that. What else? But if you are serious about walking down competition lane and calling yourself a competitor, you better have set up some good walls of balance. You set up a support system. You get yourself in line with a good coach. You be aware that this is all-encompassing of your life, or it can destroy you. Sure, anything in life could destroy you if you go over obsessive with it. But the thing that bothers me is when people think being a competitor means you're crazy, you're unbalanced, you lose your period, you're infertile, you have no life, and you hate your body. Not true. It's your choice. Get a good coach. I would love to chat. I hope you actually choose to work closely with me. And Team BodBeasts, you guys rock. Proud of you all. High caliber people, great characters. That's what I look for in clients. Great bodies are awesome, and we build bodies. But you don't come without some form of an amazing character of resolve, dedication, determination, self-belief. That's got to be intrinsic. So I hope this has helped. Have a great day. Power your body. One meal, one workout, one day at a time.